Hello, everybody. Dennis speaking here. I hope everybody is doing good. This is my video entry to Elliot Crews contest, and he has 4 questions. I'm going to answer. I hope you're going to enjoy this. And very cool questions, actually. Promote a local artist or label. Let's start with this. This is an album by a band called Melmac. They are French. Their album is called Un chien vivant vaut mieux qu'un lion mort. A living dog is better than a dead lion. And the other side is called Un lion mort vaut mieux qu'un chien vivant. A dead lion is better than a living dog. This music, this band is based on rock and very experimental. So they just go on the loop, they improvise, and they get some cool music done. You can find them on bandcamp, Melmac, Melmac, and you can check that album, and you can check a lot of different releases they did over the 10 years, 15 years maybe. So how do I know this band? I know this band because one of the guys in this band is a friend of mine. I don't see very often, but usually he's a very good friend of one of my very best friend, and we usually meet him at the Hellfest festival in France. So once a year, I'm sure to see them and to see him. And one day, he just paid us a visit, and he had a bag filled with that LP and a couple of CDs from his band, and he used to run a label as well at one point, so a couple of CDs from that label as well. So very nice of him. He's a very cool dude. Never got the chance to see him perform live with his band Melmac, but next time they play, I hope I can get there. Okay, that's a cat. So that would be for the artist. Last week I was at a showcase in Paris for an artist called Tuku, who is a Japanese artist, so it's not very local, but this is his first album on the French label called Jazz 11. This is very cool, laid back jazz, not your experimental kind of jazz. So it was a very cool, relaxed showcase, and he plays the bugle. You had Giovanni Mirabassi on the piano, who actually runs the Jazz 11 label, and they're, I think, a pretty young label. They already have maybe a dozen album. No vinyl yet. This is CDs and downloads. So if you want to know a bit more about that, try to find on the internet the Jazz 11 record website. Okay. Toku in Paris, a Japanese and local artist in a way. Okay, so that would be it for the first question. I'm moving on to my not my usual questions. I'm more into rock and roll, hard rock, heavy metal, folk music. So I guess the ground I'm not very familiar with would be hip hop and rap. Although I love a lot of artists like Public Enemy, Run DMC. These two bands have a big connection with hard rock and heavy metal, obviously. For the Run DMC and Aerosmith partnership on Walk This Way, and Public Enemy and Anthrax did a few tours together. And there's a lot of connection between metal and rap in a lot of stuff, like some soundtracks, like the Judgment Day soundtrack, or you can have that also on the in the 90s, you had a big trend in the heavy metal called new metal, which had a lot of element of rap. So still, I don't listen to rap every day, but there is one band that I really really love, and they have one album that is a killer album to me. It's called The Roots, and the album is Phrenology. So that would be an album I highly recommend. The song Rock You is brilliant. This disc goes from your regular, I should say, hip hop to a more pop rock songs like The Seed, and by the end of the album, it just goes completely berserk. It's I think there's elements of techno in it and everything. So a very very great trip, great journey listening to this one album by The Roots, Phrenology. Okay, best dressed. What do we have for best dressed? I don't have any vinyl to show you by this guy. I got their CDs, and I got this very great DVD, which was a documentary on Sam and Dave. So the original soul men, Sam and Dave, always dressed sharp on stage. Their backup band always dressed sharp as well. I just love Sam and Dave. I haven't found anything better than Sam and Dave to get a day going. So that would be my first pick, and I would complete that question with the Rival Sons. Well, with the exception of the drummer on this picture, they are all very well dressed, and they have a very dandy style every time they get on stage and everything. So that's part of their image, and yeah, I would say they are dressed to the nines. Okay, so the autograph section. I got a few vinyls that are signed. Usually they were signed during pre-orders, stuff like that. But I'm gonna go straight to different stories here for the autograph section. I'm going to spotlight one CD I got signed on purpose. So this band, Rammstein, when they released that album Mutter, I went to the Champs-Élysées to get that album signed by the whole band. So that was something done on purpose. On the CD version, it was released in a period where you didn't have that many vinyl, and I think the vinyl for Mutter, the original vinyl for Mutter, is quite pricey nowadays. But they did this nice digipacked CD, and they had a poster in it, so it would be perfect to get the whole band to sign that poster. Okay, you will all notice the very Rammstein sense of humor on that photograph. Okay, another one, stuff that I got autograph, always music related. It was by accident, actually. I lived in London many years ago, and I think it was the first week I was in London. I was walking down Tottenham Court Road, and I passed in front of a shop, a bookshop. It was not Foy's or HMV, I can't remember its name. And there was a sign that said that Meatloaf had just released his autobiography. So I got in the queue to get this one signed. So this is the first edition, I guess, of his book released. And I got in the queue. It was like my first week in London, and he signed it for me. So very cool. And I asked him to sign it for my brother David, who was a bigger fan of Meatloaf that I am. And he just looked at me and said something, and I just didn't catch it. I was like, what? So he made a joke like, okay, take it slow, man. go to the side, we will explain you what I just said, and I just later on realized that he just said he was just signing the book, and I have to do the queue again if I wanted this to get personalized. So as you saw, I didn't waited another extra hour or two. I had somewhere else to go, so that's my little story about getting this book signed for my brother. Okay, and the last one uh, is a purposeful, personalized, how to say for me, and by accident autograph. I pre-ordered Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals' first album, Walk Through Exits Only, on his website directly, which is Housecore Records, and I could pay extra money to get it signed, so I did. He just didn't get my name right, so he signed this to like someone else, but this is actually autograph to me, so I think this one is very funny, and I'm keeping it, obviously. So that would be it, Elliot. That was my entry to your contest. Have a great channel. Keep on doing your videos. I'm still watching them every now and then. And thank you, people, for watching this. And see you soon. Bye bye. Subscribes, leave comments, everything. It's all cool. Bye bye. Cheers. Hello again. I have completely forgot to tell you about the Music Maker Foundation. Elliot is going to give away money to the Elliot Music Maker Foundation as part of this contest, which is very cool. I am familiar with the Music Maker Foundation because in high school I was listening to a lot of blues, and I had a very good friend who was really into Delta blues, you know, blues from the first 30s and that kind of stuff. So at one of my anniversary, he offered me a 2 CD compilation of the Music Maker Foundation. That's how I got to know this label. Sometime later, I realized that they were touring Europe and playing in Paris. So I got tickets for this show. I went to the show. It was really great. You know, real. You feel a real connection, you know, with American blues when you see these guys playing their music, and lots of positive vibes, very brilliant. Okay, and you get to see a lot of different artists because there are like 6 or 7 of them, you know, going on stage one after the other. So on my way out, I grabbed the poster, went back in, and all the musicians were there, so they all kindly signed the poster for me. So, Elliot, as I told you in the comments, this is my special Music Maker Foundation for you. That the poster, as you can see, it was on the month of May the 9th. Can't remember the year. Anyway, it is signed by everybody, and at the bottom you have Captain Luke, who was and still is my favorite artist. It was really cool. So that's it, Elliot. That was my entry for the for your contest. I hope you enjoy it. I hope everybody enjoy it, and this time it's bye bye for real. Take care.